Vision 2030 is the culmination of the merger between EverythingALS and Cure ALS, and the vehicle by which we will collectively and passionately pursue finding a cure. In doing so, we are confident that Vision 2030 will also advance scientific discoveries for other neurodegenerative conditions, while providing a proof of concept on an approach to research that can be applied broadly for complex diseases, specifically for diseases that have lower incidence rates and receive less charitable support. Vision 2030, prior to the merger with EverythingALS, was the sole focus of Cure ALS, and the result of a year-long, very thorough review of the entire ALS landscape. Our goal was to start a foundation where the focus would be entirely devoted to finding a cure for ALS, and we wanted to ensure that we had a good grasp of the current state before we formulated our strategic plan. The effort was classic industry due diligence. We met with dozens of people involved in the ALS universe, including researchers, practicing neurologists, scientific leaders, advocacy groups, private foundations, government agencies, including the NIH, ALS patients, pharmaceutical companies, and biotech firms. It is difficult to summarize all our findings that shaped our strategic plan in one chart, but I'll offer this brief summary. Over the past 70 years of ALS research, the prognosis for survival is essentially unchanged at 3 to 5 years. Someone diagnosed today has the same prognosis as Lou Gehrig did in 1936. There have been more than 200 clinical trials for ALS therapies, and there are 3 FDA-approved drugs on the market that purportedly extend life somewhere between 0 to 6 months. And we prescribe these drugs to anyone diagnosed with ALS, despite the widely held view that, like cancer, there are many different forms of ALS. Can you imagine giving a breast cancer patient the exact same therapy as a prostate cancer patient? It's ludicrous, and a sad commentary on 7 decades of research. Even today, when you inventory the research landscape, you will find very few programs focused on finding the root cause of motor neuron loss, death, or disability. The underlying biologic processes causing ALS are not the primary focus. Most research is targeted on slowing or halting progression, biomarkers to improve early diagnosis and disease tracking, or familial genetic research, which only represents 10% of ALS cases. The sporadic form of the disease, affecting 9 out of 10 people, and most likely manifesting in many different subtypes of ALS, is still an unsolved mystery. Therefore, our focus is on repair and regeneration of motor neurons, and the understanding of what causes them to fail. In essence, finding a way to cure the disease, restore functionality to those affected, as well as prevent disease onset. To accomplish our vision, it is imperative that we deploy the latest technology to the effort, and our timing is fortuitous. After decades of promise, artificial intelligence has finally come of age and is the most consequential technological development in history. I have been deeply ingrained in the bowels of the technology industry for 35 years, and have both seen and participated in hype cycles. But AI has exited the hype cycle and will change every industry and have a profound impact on the world order. Perhaps no industry will be affected more positively than healthcare. However, when it comes to our focus on finding a cure, AI alone is a useless utility without several other important ingredients. Dedicated, talented researchers, structured, vast amounts of data, and technology experts, mainly data scientists and computational biologists, need to work together for us to accomplish our goals. Data, in particular, is important. Data is the lifeblood of the system, and the strategy to acquire, source, clean, and structure multi-parametric training data sets made up of structured and unstructured data is crucial for the required analysis necessary, as well as the ongoing education of the AI system. We will delve into the data imperative in more detail later in the presentation, as we will be on the execution plan of the Vision 2030 initiative. ALS patients need a voice, and I can say with certainty that they resoundingly agree with our vision. I hope you do as well and want to join us on this journey to discover a cure.